What's happening, race fans? Next Gen Broadcasting, bringing it to you live. This time, all over the country live. We got broadcasting in this joker from literally from East Coast to West Coast. So it's a whole hands-on deck for our Xfinity race tonight, aka Busch Series. And we got some mean talent up on this track. It is Auto Club Speedway. It is my home track, and we're going to see a lot of this 3, 4, 5 wide, and let's hope for not 6 because that's crowded then, folks. But it's going to be awesome. We got a lot of people up in their booth today giving us a hand and getting this done today. We got, of course, Michael Wood joining us. Michael, you got a copy, a.k.a. Buster.
What's going on, Chris?
Oh, man, this race right now, dude. Got everybody warming up and getting everything dialed in. And I'm hoping for a really exciting race tonight. We got these Busch cars, Xfinity, and you know these guys are going to handle a little bit differently, but produce some of the same speeds. What are you seeing out there, Mike? Mike, you got a copy?
Yep, I got a copy, Chris. Sorry about that. Yeah, I'm excited for the race tonight too as well. I'm excited to see what these Busch Series cars can do. It was fun racing Friday evening in the cups and in the cup race. I know tire wear is going to be a factor, so we'll see what these cars can do and see how these drivers manage it.
Oh, absolutely. And talk about management there, we got Stephen T. Johnson, a.k.a. Big Johnson, and he's going to be working some of the strategies for us tonight and running the cameras and getting it done for us. Johnson, you got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. This is Stephen Johnson coming to you live from the Orlando, Florida area. Tonight I'll be taking a step back and just running cameras, replays, trying to make sure you got the right picture on your screen, and we'll leave the commentating to the professionals.
Yeah, right, man. I've been called a lot of things, but professional shit. Are you kidding me, man? We're here to have some fun, go out a race, and get her done for Front Row ESports and their Xfinity Busch Series tonight. Now, folks, we are looking at a all-go, no-quit, big everything, Harry Stamper style of run tonight when it goes flag to flag. So we're going to drop this thing and hope for a limited amount of flags. So if that does happen for some reason, we get ourselves some greenage all the way through and through. Oh, man, I'm going to get ourselves a shot at a great, fun, hopefully dynamic green flag stop with these boys bringing this thing to a well-up stop. All them 4 fresh field goods, all that go-go juice they need to finish to the end. So it could be dramatic. We'll see what's going to happen here as we're getting ready to drop this thing into qualifying. But we also have up in the race tonight, my man, Gunny Sarge in charge. We've got Thomas going on. Tom, you got a copy?
I got a copy, Chris. I was just giving drivers a little heads up, giving them the info for tonight and get them all squared away, ready to go.
Well, if it ain't bad timing, man, it ain't no timing when it comes to me. So, I'm glad to interrupt so I know I'm consistent.
It's very true.
Sideways here in practice, you better be holding on to that, dude. At least you got plenty of room to save it. So we got you running up, in the race tonight, right? You're gonna be in the old big 32.
Yeah, we're gonna be in the 32 tonight. I turned 3 laps of practice, so I'm pretty confident. We'll hopefully have a good race.
Yeah, that's a firm on that confidence and good race thing right there. With a lot of patience, and hopefully they got that peripheral vision dialed in tonight because they're gonna be everywhere, folks. We just seen an awesome race from them Cup Series boys, and we're gonna throw Tom right there, smack dab in the middle of it.
It is, and with these Xfinity cars, tire wear is gonna be an issue again. We only have 75% fuel tonight, so we won't be doing a full fuel run. Drivers still have to conserve that right front tire. It's still going to be an issue. And just keeping the tires on, it's going to be the key. Whoever does that the best, I think you're going to see up front at the end of the race.
How much go fast juice we got in these things tonight here, Johnny?
We got about 34 laps of go fast juice. We have 0 cars in the hauler. So what they got right now on track is what they got. They need to take care of their race car. So I look forward to a lot of good racing. And hopefully, we have everybody running at the end. That would be a good goal.
You know who we're missing tonight? I just realized who we're missing tonight. I can't believe it. Where's my man Greg at? right? Where's the nutritionist? Okay, race nutrition, and not race crap. We need him. Oh man, I hope he's doing well though, but he is getting missed right now because you just brought up a really good point there on that nutrition, on what's going to happen with the race tonight on that patience, due to the fact we only have what you have is what you got out there on track. So you better take good care of it, and it's going to be hard to do with this 4 and 5 wide style of restarting and dive, move, and slide job, and we're going to be dancing all over this track tonight as we're getting ready to get fired up here at Auto Club Speedway over here in Cali, folks. Oh yeah, we back home. It's only a few hours south of where I'm at, actually, and I'm broadcast, of course, Pismo Beach, California. Like I said, like I mentioned here, we have brought the commentating coming from you all over the U.S. now. Buster, where are you at, my man? Give us a shout out.
Great state of Virginia.
Woo, man! Like I said, we got Tom in the Pennsylvania. So yeah, we covering it from coast to coast. All right, so it looks like we got some qualifying up right now, and I'm showing the 32 up. Are you guys seeing the same thing?
Yeah, lap times just starting to get posted in. Looks like 41:26 by Blake Mosley on his first lap, 36 by Dave Hutzma, 47 by Garrett Wiles, 6-0. Hold on to it, Garrett, as he slides coming off of turn 2. Right now, the provisional poles in J.R. Schumberg with a 41:19, a blazing fast first lap as he's taking his second lap on the track right now.
Alex Weaver just putting a smackdown on that one, dude. 41 into flat. 49 now. We're breaking it down, folks. Matthew does fail. He can go ahead and sit himself on P1 at the moment.
J.R. Schumberg coming up to complete his second lap, and he's going to go ahead and post a 41:10. Little improvement.
We got some speed out here on track. As you see, everything is coming down the nitty-gritty. We got for second and third, 5 thousandths of a second there. That's close. All right, that's close. That's putting it down. But of course, Matthew W. Bale here. We got Matthew Bale up here on point right now, 40.914. That's scooting, folks. That's scooting. Oh, we got another Alex Weaver putting her down with a 40.983. Yes, they were so close right there. That's photo finish, you know. All right, looks like we're about to get all of our qualifying in here for tonight's race. Looks like our qualifiers who are going to try to start her in the back. Let's see if we can get some familiar names down here. We do got Josh Beaver here, a.k.a. Quarter Panel. My man, Quarter. All right. He's going to jump up in this thing tonight. See what he's going to do. Look for him. Looks like we got him scheduled in that 22 car.
A little housekeeping, ladies and gentlemen. Steve, do you mind pulling up your stream on Discord, please?
Coming up right now.
Thank you.
All right.
Should be up. Let me know if you can see it.
Let's go and break us down real quick before we get started here. We don't have all the cameras and all the fancies up quite yet, but Next Gen Broadcasting is building ourselves a whole new level of broadcasting, making ourselves a whole new booth, the whole bit. We just ain't quite done yet getting our tech in, so we should be having most of our tech in next week, and we will be up and live and back on track on this coming Friday. So do appreciate all the fans' patience out there as we kicking off this next season, getting our ducks in a row. But hey, it's better to be late to the party than never, not make it, right? All right, folks. It looks like we are in countdown remaining of 5, 4, and 3, 2, 1 with the end of qualifying. So now we got a gritting up, getting ready to happen here, folks, and we're going to launch this thing. So remember, this is a green to green style of racing tonight. We're going to be looking at a fuel run of about 34 laps, what was stated. They're going to be looking for that right front tire wear, and that's going to be crucial in tonight's race, of course, watching that tire wear if this thing does go green. Oh, I mean, no. So there's a lot of strategy to be had here. If this thing does go green, you back it up, save the tire, get out there front, can control the race pace. Different strategies of stopping. We've seen a lot of races in with a really weird paced style of caution, kind of toward the end of the fuel run, beginning of the next, and a few drivers taking full advantage of that by looking forward in his race program and setting himself up for a possible fuel save to win style victory. So we've seen that a few different times this week, and I've seen it there, and hopefully we may see the same thing this week. You know, in this Xfinity race. So I mean, again, it's all about how this thing lays, and we're going to see what the driver's patience has right off the start of this thing, as you see them all stacking up. Now we do got ourselves a pretty good field here. Looking at what 28 cars up in tonight's race. Oh, it's going to be a good one. I don't know, man. For some reason, I'm craving a Dr. Pepper. Anybody else thinking the same thing?
Dr. Pepper would be great right now.
Right?
I'll take an old-fashioned Coca-Cola.
The 23 flavors all over the joint,
Well, that's what I'm thinking, though, because we got subliminal messaging happening right here on the front row. So it's like, man, come on. Just saying. All right, so where's your money at, you guys? What do you got? We haven't started this thing up yet. Who has what for tonight, man? You got a car number out there for me there, Buster?
See who's in this here. I mean, Bad Fast Marley, I know he's not racing for points, but he put on a heck of a show Friday. The number 2 car there. He's always one to watch. Travis Manning, I saw him in qualifying. He's kind of the closer guy to me. He's racing out of Maryland, so one state away. So maybe he's got a little bit of a bias towards. Maybe got a little bit of bias towards him because he's a more local. But you always got to watch out for Josh Beavers too. I know he can put it in there and slide.
Yeah. I mean, he got the speed in there with him and the agility. Let's see if he can put it all into one package tonight and bring us some good finish. So we are up and moving now, folks, down the backstretch. I think we are getting ready to drop the hammer on tonight's race.
Let's go.
Yeah, buddy. I'm ready to get it going. So we got 29 hot rods. Got some pretty fun paint schemes out here, too. Got nerds out there. I love that candy. Especially those nerd ropes. Those things are awesome.
Noticing some big names starting in the rear, too. You got Frida Stack there. You got Schroeder. That could be a strategy, trying to feel out the car. Kind of giving the first handful of laps as a practice, kind of a test-out session. So we'll see how that pans out for him.
Oh, here we go, folks. Drop the hammer, light them fires. Kick some tires, here we go. Let's go get some green. All the way. All right. These guys are up and via movements right now. Let's see how everyone's going to throw this thing into one. Remember, these tires are cold here, but this is a great opportunity to advance your position right off the bat. And we do have a cluster of cars. Oh, man. The 2 right there coming out. We got some bumpers towed up. We probably lost a good 3-4 car right there, right on the start of the race. That's that patience for you. That is that these tires aren't even warmed up yet. And now you got a damaged car and you can turn one lap.
J.R. Schomburg involved, Nicholas Lamb involved, a couple of drivers involved. Let's go ahead and take a replay and see what happened coming out of turn 2 on lap 1.
Yeah, you got a replay.
86 getting loose, getting washed. Oh, took
Looks
a hard
like,
right to the wall.
Looks like 96 and 84 made contact coming out of turn 2. Oh! That looked like that hurt. Do an old-fashioned replay from the top. Looks like, 96 got a little bit loose. Clipped by the 84 as he's trying to get it recovered.
Oh, man, yeah.
No room as they go ahead and make contact out of turn 2. And, 19 takes a hard shot into the car and inside fence.
Yeah, and that just shows right there. Even though you're riding in the back, you're trying to hopefully not be involved with any kind of incidents happening up front with some guys getting a little crazy in the first lap. Shows right there. He gets up in the wall, gets shot down, and then out of nowhere, here comes car. Dude hits him, and man, that's a race over for the both of them. So, yeah, it's just unfortunate business right there. But let's everyone's rattled. I get it, but hopefully that message should go out and go across that, man. You got to back this thing up. These tires are cold. Let's get some laps in first before we start getting like crazy aggressive. I know we just watched the cup race and all, but I mean, they gave a minute for their tires to warm, I think. Right now we're looking at our race leader here. Bring it up. 95. All right. Yep. All right. So Bell's still up on the lead of this thing. Alex Weaver in the 47, second position. Travis Manning in the 18, that third position. We got Bad Fast Marley, aka Steven Dvorsky, in that 2 car. He's sitting there in that 4th position. Brad Mosley still in the 5th position there in that 58. That's your top 5 right now. As we're getting them round up and down, and we're coming down the back stretch right now. Hopefully, going to drop kick this pace car and let these boys rip this thing up a little bit here. This is Auto Club, baby. We're going to get fast, man. We can get racy. Bring out some hot rod in these drivers. See, there it is again. We got, man, I just saw the Dr. Pepper car. It's going to haunt me now. I'm going to have to go get myself Dr. Pepper after this. But real quick, while we do have a moment, let's take a moment and take our sponsors here. We have Blaze Pizza, Greg McLennan, proud sponsor of Front Row Esports and Next Gen Broadcasting, giving us the ability to bring you all this hot action these drivers are putting on, man. I mean, we're hoping to present a lot of different things throughout this season when it comes to the abilities to raise some money, of course, doing some charity runs, so we look for those to be thrown down, a lot of special events. And some fun stuff, too, kind of going outside the box. We've got this figure 8, car, whatever thing. Lots of fun, just, keeping us all a little more entertained. But we're also going to be outside the booth a little bit, getting used to some footage throughout the country. So we're going to be getting footage from, everywhere from coast to coast of what's going on with our drivers and kind of getting to know them a little bit more. So make sure you stay tuned for all that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Also brought to you by Marriott Hotel and Resorts here. We got them proud sponsor of our new 2022 season. They're going to be selling us out toward the end of this thing as we can bring in all these drivers into one huge spot to run it for the finale. So going to be really stoked to see this whole thing and where it's going to finalize at. But right now we are backstretch. Okay, looks like this is it. 1 to go here. We got lights out on the pace car. 95 leading us on the bottom. We got Alex on the outside. Now, I mean, that outside line, has been or was preferred during the race. Today's actual, but I mean, here it's a toss-up. I was running a few laps last night. Noticed how there's a lot of different style of line here. The complete outside, cutting it short, running the bottom. You've seen a lot of that today, but here we go. Dropping the green one more time. Let's see if we can get ourselves a lap and get these boys up the pace. Great start by the 95. Bell out and gone. Yeah, he's cracking the can. That's a good jump right there for him.
Exactly 23 flavors right now.
Oh, yeah, right. All 43 flavors on deck, and he's going to charge it this thing into 1 and 2 out down the back stretch. We do have the 47 and 18 lining up right behind pretty much most of the top 10 going single file down the back stretch. They're going to try to get these tires warmed up here. Looks as if we got the 32 of Gunny Sarge in charge. He's getting himself a little bit of communication going on as I saw him flashing up on screen. Up front, though, they're starting to charge side by side for second place. Travis looking on the inside of 47. Alex on the outside, preferred more or less for that horsepower on and off. No, I'm sorry. That's at the 18 on the outside. That's Manning now taking that, because again, with that outside run right there, they're able to charge. They can get their momentum up. 47 cut it down there, great for that dive bomb and move, and then slide up in front, but then run a little bit more on the outside. Now, what's that going to do for that right front tire? Now, I mean, it's going to put a lot of load for a lot longer, I think, on that right front tire. So again, tire management was also mentioned throughout tonight's race.
Yeah, Chris, tire management's crucial at this track. The right front, you send it in too hard, ride that low line, you're going to burn it up and possibly, get loose and cause some incidents. But, it's working right now. Just got to keep in mind that, it is a expiring time clock on that right front.
Well, not only that, though, but also on the race in general. I mean, this is an all-go, no-quit style of run. We don't have any stages on this thing. There's not a chance to regroup. So this is all based on your time on track. I mean, once you lose it, it's gone. And it's going to be very, very difficult to gain it back. You see them lining up toward, all the way through the field at the moment. And why we say through, let's go through the field. We got Bell in that P1, Travis Manning in the 18. He's styling up in P2. Now, he's been chasing and running pretty good with the 95 and sticking right on this bumper. We're going to go down to the 47 of Alex Weaver riding this in that Subway machine. So he's got the 54 right there on his 6. You got for your third and fourth positions right here. 54, Spencer Hilton. Those two look like they're teaming up. They're trying to just, again, ride for a little bit. They know it's going to be a long race. If this thing goes green, we're going to need to get those 4 fresh field goods, bring it back out for something for the end. All right, we got Bad Fast Marley in the 2. He's running out that top 5 right now. Bad Fast Marley, he got something done on Friday. He's looking to repeat it. He's sitting himself okay right now in that sending machine. But the 58, he's looking. He's looking quick, too. He's bringing a little bit of company as well. That 58 of Blake Mosley putting a little heat, in the kitchen of Bad Fast Marley. And we got Randy, Brashers in the 1, 2, 3 car. I don't think you're going to be able to mess that one up because he's going to count it down for him. 1, 2, 3, trying to make the move. We got some side-by-side racing with the 39 on the outside. This is a good little top 10, top 10 battle with everyone else kind of following back. But again, we do have a pretty good run thus far. Again, green flag. Everyone's settling in. We're looking pretty awesome.
We're starting to see, cars running that top line. There's a lot of different cars out there running different lines. So we're going to quickly see who's going to prevail and find grip on that racetrack.
Yeah, and we're going to be noticing some tire wear. Who backed up in the beginning, who melted them down, or who's going to melt them down. This high line is what always concerns me. It worked really well in today's race, but at the same time, I've been noticing it does put a lot of pressure on that right front, as opposed to trying to, balance it out. Maybe dive to the bottom, run some laps down there, change that wear up a little bit so you're not constantly putting the same style of load on these tires. Right now I'm seeing running up high is Tyler Ott and the 14. We got is the Nerds machine of the 024 of Jason Mills. He's going to go side by side right now. We got between the 024 and the 14. 14 making himself a little bit of fat run on it. Yeah, you know what it is? He got himself a sweet tooth, man. He's trying to get himself, some of that candy. As he's looking for the dive bomb to the inside. Oh yeah, see, if he can grip that bottom, rotate that thing, get himself some speed, he get up to there, slow him down on that side draft, but he didn't get that run off. He stalled fat. Oh man. Now he's gonna have himself more company. 024 sees this, then he's on the 66 bumper now. He said, "We gotta go, man. You're looking in the rear view, right? Yeah. We gotta go. This party's getting bigger, and this ain't the style of party he want to get in." Now they're trying to check out. These guys are going side by side behind him. So that is again, this is the battling right now. Where we at here? Our positioning. This is our.
This is
right?
12th, 13th, and 14th. Yeah, Tyler Ott is 14th. Jason Miz is 13th, and Brett Allen is 12th. Got the 66, 024, and the 56.
Gotcha. All right. Oh, I'm gonna check my systems real quick and get out of this. Because you were breaking up there a bit, so I maybe have a few systems going that I can get rid of.
Primary position battles are looking as we actually have a battle for the lead. Number 18, Travis Manning, looking on the outside of Matthew Bell right now.
Yeah. That's that difference of line. I think 18 prefers that high line. 56 wants to stay low. No, 56 is coming out. Or 95, sorry.
No worries. Sometimes with the sim stamp number, sometimes we see different numbers, but right now we got the 18 on the outside, 95 on the inside, and they're gonna be door to door coming off of turn 2 right now.
You see that wash up coming out of 2.
All right, where we at there, boys?
We got a battle for the lead right now between the 18 of Travis Manning and the number 95 of Matthew Bell.
Oh, heck yeah!
Travis Manning overtook 95 for the lead.
All right,
if he can hold him off.
So I wonder if Matt right there, old Bell, maybe got comfortable with his lead, taking his lap times pretty good, heating up them tires, and it wasn't saving. Now he's going to be paying the dividend, a little bit of the dividends on that fast run right off the start. So, we'll see. Now he's going to get back up underneath them. So we're also looking for that style of draft there. The 18 was sitting nice and pretty, being patient with the 95, but maybe they decided they want to switch it up a little bit. He did finally get that run, and he's going to go with it. 18 now a race leader, Travis Manning with Matthew Bell and 95 following. Matthew Bell now looking underneath. You see a little slide up by the 18. These guys are trying to go side by side again. This is going to bring the 3rd and 4th positions of Spencer Hilton and Alex Weaver knocking on their doors. Side by side again for the lead. 95 on the bottom, 18 high on the outside. 18's going to have that run. But will the 95 be able to clear him? Jump up. 95 does jump up to clear him. Watch out for that wall. I was hurt just a little bit. Here we go. Nose to tail battle right here for the lead. Now when these guys are duking it out, we do have 3rd and 4th positions. Starting to reel him in a little bit more and more. They're thinking, yeah, keep this up. Got Bad Fast Marley in the 2 car. He's lurking back there as well in that 5th position. Blake Mosley in the 6th position. Randy Batters in the 7th. Dave Holstenbaugh in the 9 in the 8. Tyler Ferguson in the 88 in that 9th position. And Garrett Austin in the 35 in that top 10er. All right, now the battle's starting to subside just a little bit there as Manning's starting to back up just a little bit. And now coming into the graphs of Spencer Hilton and Alex Weaver. These guys are starting to gain in just a little bit more on them. Inching at a time. That's what it takes here. Because this is time on track, and we have been green since almost the start of the race here. We had an incident coming out of 2 for anybody who's joining us a little bit late. We had one incident coming out of 2, first lap, first turn. Now everyone kind of got the bejesus scared out of them a little bit, I think. Backed it up. Now we got some really good racing here as these guys are trying to get a little more dynamic and up on the wheel. What lap we got going on right now? We got lap 20, so we're looking at what pit stops coming up, another 10, 15 laps?
Yeah, we're coming into 20, about 10 laps, maybe 10, 12, 13 laps away from pit window as far as fuel goes.
Who do you got on our biggest mover right now? Who do you see coming up to the field?
Biggest mover actually is number 66, Brett Gwynn. He's actually up 10 spots. Right behind him, Jason Miz is actually up 12 spots, and Tyler Ott is up 10 spots as well. Seems like the 3 biggest movers are the ones that are kind of just hanging out right here, 12th, 13th, and 14th place. They've all passed double-digit cars. I don't think they're done yet for today.
Oh man, well, and just as you say that, I'm looking back here, and these guys are starting to go side by side. This looks like it's going to be the battle right here. This is the back 10. You see 10th up there escaping the tornado, but you have the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th positions.
We had cars coming together out of 2. I don't think anything panned out of it, but they are all back on track and good to go.
Yeah, a couple
Oh,
cars
whatever.
squashed out.
Yep. Just a little bit of cars coming together out of two.
Cars pointing in the
We
right
stay
direction.
green?
We stay green.
Green, green, green.
Leader's still fine. So I'm still looking at this battle right back here between the 11th and through 16th position. These guys are just melting it down right now. I mean, everyone's going for the gustos. I mean, they all have fast hot rods. It seems like this dirty air is just stalling everybody up. You know, they can't quite break away because the next one gets to them and the next one gets to them. And now they got this little vicious tornado right here. It's hard to break away from. So you can go and get some of that clean air. And turn some, start getting some good fast laps, good consistent fast laps, not just go fast and backed up, go fast and backed up. You want to keep that forward progression. And I'm sure this is just killer on your tires as well. Having to negotiate and transfer lines. There's transferring weight back and forth in your car as you're constantly trying to search and for that run underneath or outside. And now you're upsetting the car. You're changing the load. You're changing your entries on what you're used to. Like we're seeing the 024 car, Jason Mitz. He's been riding that bottom for quite some time now, and man, that's gonna hurt him. Over the long run, as he has that narrow entry with the narrow exit. He's constantly having load on those tires, and that's gonna burn those things up.
I think it all comes down to practice, Chris. Putting that car in an area of the track where you're not comfortable with, and experimenting different lines and different car placement coming in.
And also just playing devil's advocate here. He's also up 15 spots, so maybe the inside line isn't the preferred line, but that's where he's getting the passes done.
Yep.
Oh yes, most definitely. Think about it. Also, if you're going to go in that direction. Is the amount of how much he's rolling out of the throttle on entries and then how he's been able to roll back into it coming out. So he's, if he's doing it right on the bottom, that means that he's saving fuel as well because he's not going in nearly as hard and coming out nearly as hard as these guys are on the outside.
Well, can we go in car with him? See how he's managing his throttle in the turn?
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
That looks like you washed up a little bit there. Maybe we were talking a little bit too much. Ears are burning a little bit.
Possibly, but I think this is going to be some good in-car shot right here. All right, Jason Mitz looking inside of him, his car right now. You're riding long shotgun. Oh yeah, he's working the heck out of that top speed there, bud. Oh yeah.
Not much wheel input though. I think he's letting that throttle turn that car.
Right. Absolutely.
You can hear him, just feathering the throttle as it goes through and lets it rotate.
That's bumper right there, buddy. That was tight.
Yeah.
I was bringing in.
And draft is a factor on this track. It'll definitely help you out.
Absolutely. Now, I mean, he's lurking on that 66 bump right now. He's looking outside right now. Now he's going to get this run. So he switched it up. He went to the bottom, rode him there for a while, wore him out. And now he's going to jump to the high.
Yeah, see how he does on the high side now, the 66 down below.
Okay, looks like the 66. He's gonna hold it. He's gonna hold it pretty good. But here comes the 34. 34 is gonna do sneak attack. So you guys are doing this back and forth. No, here we go. 024. He got himself a run. All right, let's go and jump back up to the leaders and see if we can. These guys are still running it tough here. 95 and Matthew Bell.
And top three haven't pulled away. The top three look to be about 2.5 seconds in front of the rest of the pack. So they either they're working together or.
Did you say the 23 car?
The top three.
Okay, yeah.
Top three.
Yeah, top three are about 2.5 seconds ahead.
Yeah.
As
You see
whoa.
that pack right there?
Whoa.
You see that pack right there?
That's a lap car.
Yeah, well, interesting with the 96. It looks like the 95 Matthew Bell's trying to get a little bit of a drafting help going to the back straightaway. Maybe had a little miscommunication as to where they wanted to go going into turn 3, but no harm, no foul. They continue.
Now the 54 and the 58, the 123, and the number 2 are grouped up right here. So you're looking at 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, and this group's trying to desperately to make up some ground on the race leaders, which is Matthew Bell, we have Travis Manning, Alex Weaver in 1, 2, and 3 right now.
Lap
95,
times.
18, and 47.
Yeah, lap times are almost similar right now. The leader was a 42.87 on the last lap. Spencer Hinton in the number 54 is a 42.82. So, half a tenth right now separating the front pack and the second pack right here.
Okay, now, I mean, we're looking at another maybe 6 laps, 5 laps or so before we start looking at those green flag stops. What are you going to do? I mean, for fresh feel goods, full tank of gas, get back out there. You're going to try to come in with some people. You're going to try to do it on your own. I mean, we know that clean air is optimal. Having that free entry in, don't have to worry about anybody else. So do you try to do a sneak attack and jump off and pit without anybody else, or do you try to come in with some buddies?
The draft doesn't matter too much, but it does matter. So you almost want to run pretty much as far as you can, and when you see other cars coming to pit, as we see the 95 coming to pit road right now.
Coming down, and the 47.
95 on in.
So that's going to be panning out.
The end of lap 29, we start seeing cars coming down pit road.
All right. Now here we go, folks. Leaders in right now. We have a race off pit road. And get him up and gone. 18 stayed out, so we'll see if that's gonna. Now you know what's gonna happen here is that once that first car comes in, now here we go. They start the trend.
18's by himself. He should pit this time.
Yep.
But he will not pit this time. Interesting.
Negative. You're going to stay out, huh? All right. 18 still race leader, staying out on them Oldens. And maybe he's hoping for that caution and maybe take control of a lot of this race pace. We're putting down a lot of good drivers as we see these guys cycling back out of their green flag stop.
Got about 4 laps to get a caution. 3 laps to get a caution, actually. I think you can get 34 laps on average per fuel run. So if he's going to get a caution, he has to get it soon.
But also, for what it's worth, Travis Manning on the last 2 laps, 42.64 to a 61. Looks like he's going to make his pit entry right here.
Right now.
Here we go. Leader's coming in, locks him up.
Whoa!
Smoke go.
Coming in hot.
Yeah, let's not go with that black flagger. That's the wrong kind of flag we're looking for, buddy. You want that checkered flag at the end. All right, we got our leader, the 18, coming in now. And that's going to cycle back around here. Looks like we got the 58, who is in charge of this thing at the moment, staying out, I believe.
Yeah, 58 Blake Mosley has stayed out so far. He has not stopped. It looks like we have 3 drivers in the front that have not stopped. Blake Mosley, Bad Fast Marley, Ty Dahlman rounding out your top 3 right now.
All right, so
they may be fuel saving. Bad Fast is the best they get.
Right.
That's how he pulled out his victory on Friday. It was calculating fuel mileage and knowing how far he can get his car to go.
Well, and the farther you go on this fuel run, the less fuel you have to take on the last pit stop.
Exactly.
So there is a benefit to doing this. And again, lap times 42.60s.
The 54, he got himself some super tires right there. As he's trying to superhero through the field, rocking past the guys on some Oldens. And that's going to cause a little bit of drama as well.
The 54, I believe, is actually a lap down car.
Although he just got himself back on the lead lap, I believe. Yes, he did.
So he got his lap back the old-fashioned way.
Yeah, but he just came off pit road. He's got fresh tires. He's about a second and a half faster than the leaders right now. And that's with passing.
So that's what he needs, though. He needs this thing to go green for a minute and caution up.
So your provisional lead once pit stops end right now, the 95 has about a 2-second advantage over Travis Manning on the backstretch right now. But we're waiting for the rest of the drivers to make their pit stops as Tom Freitas and Garrett Wiles make their pit stops right now.
All right, man. We got getting action and happening on track, folks. So just in case you're tuning a little late, next gen broadcasting, we're bringing it to you live from all over the country in this time. And we got the Busch Series, a.k.a. Xfinity, Up on your screen this evening, we got a flag-to-flag race here, folks, and these guys are trying to tear this thing up. And we're gonna no car or no stages, nothing like that. It's just getting it done. And right now we have the thing on a full green flag run at the moment. We had a quick caution lap 1, and then from there on out it went green. And so these guys are just cycling through their first green flag stops, and we're gonna see where everybody rolls out from there. But we'd like to thank our sponsors, Blaze Pizza, always being on board, keeping things hot, fresh, and to the point there. We got Greg McClendon there, Blaze Pizza out in Indianapolis. So really appreciate all of that support there from all of the Blaze team members and whatnot throughout this entire season. Also, we'd like to thank Marriott Resorts and hotels throughout the entire U.S. and world, actually. And, of course, a nice, awesome sponsor toward the later half of the 2022 season for Front Row ESports. So, again, I'd like to thank all of our sponsors for tuning in. Really appreciate everybody sticking in there for our trying times. We're going to have some cameras up, some more shows, some more pizzazz here coming up for you throughout this season. So just stay tuned as we're still rebuilding all of our stuff here to bring you even more excitement to this whole racing aspect and these drivers with everything that they do. So bringing it to you more live, that's what we do. But yeah, again, I'd like to thank everybody for tuning in, and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And you don't miss us.
He's really pushing this fuel run. We're at lap 37 right now, and he's still going. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, he's the last car to pit.
Badfast Marley, the only driver who has not made a pit stop today. Yeah, it's lap 37 right now, so we should expect to see him any lap from now.
He's coming down. He's coming down.
All right.
You're going to run it out of fuel, man. He's on your way. So that's the Cinder right there. So what's that going to do to his chances when it comes to the time on track? 'Cause he's obviously lost a tremendous amount of time on track.
Yeah,
like Steve said earlier, extending into this fuel run, it's less fuel he'll need to take on the second run. Steve, is there a benefit of taking rights only on that second pit stop?
Not with being a second and a half off the pace. You probably need 4 tires and fuel right now. I mean, if you go 34 laps from here, you're into the low 70-ish range. So, I mean, you could take a chance on it, but at this point right now, being this early in the race, you might just want to try to get yourself as far to the front as you can.
Roger. I mean, and that's it. Again, we're going back to the time on track at the green flag run. You got to start picking them up now. Tire management. You want to hit that consistent lap all the time. Speaking of consistent laps and how's it feeling out there, can we get a hold of Tom Freitas, our in-race reporter in that 32 machine?
Let me bring him up.
Yeah, roger that. Let's see how we're looking out there. I'm going to bring him up. I'm going to ride along with him for a minute. All right, we're on board, folks.
We're going to get in-race.
Got a copy?
I got a copy.
There he is. We're going to pick him up a little bit. All right, you got it. All right. Tom, how you looking out there, my man?
Well, right now we're doing all right. Just finished first round of green flag pit stops. We definitely gained some spots there on pit road, and looking pretty good. Up to 13th right now. Car feels pretty good. I'm charging the front.
Now, how's the car feeling though about that tire wear?
Tire wear wasn't as bad as I thought, at least for myself. That first run, I really took it easy with the first about 15 laps, and then I just started working my way up through the field. So we'll see how this run goes. I'm definitely not taking it easy this run. I'm wheeling the car around the racetrack now, so I suspect tire wear to be a little worse, but also sun's going down, track's going to be cooling off, so that's definitely going to help too.
That's going to add to that grip out there and that speed, my man. So, I mean, well, we see you looking out there in that 14th position and starting to flick them off. So, looks like you're about ready to get busy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Track's cooling down. It's got a lot of grip in it right now. I look for a lot of cars starting working their way to the front.
Absolutely, especially in that 32 Chevy.
We're going to do our best to put the 32 Blaze Motorsports Chevrolet Camaro up there towards the front.
All right, man. Well, best of luck to you, and we'll let you get back at it.
All right, copy that. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, buddy. All right, we run it now. So again, track's cooling off. Yep, and it looks like everything's starting to look up a little bit here. Their camera's situated back again. Come here. Okay, so look, the 95, Matthew Bell still leading this thing. Alex Weaver in the 47 and the 18, Travis Manning, have been the hot rods of tonight's race, as these guys are still leading the charge here after everything has cycled out and around. Just a little bit more gap between the 95 and the 47, now taking over the second position out of the 18 of Travis Manning. So it looks like he's going to be taking over the P3. You got the 54 of Hilton in the fourth position, the 123 of Randy Brashers. He is looking in that fifth position. Blake Mosley in the 58 is in that sixth position. 39, Dave Olstema is in eighth position. No, seventh position. I'm sorry. Eighth is the 024 of Jason Mitt. 88, ninth. And rounding our top 10 is Bad Fast Marley, bringing it back again.
Now that the field's spread out a little bit, I guess these drivers are going to have a little bit more opportunity to run the line that they prefer, as opposed to being.
We got a caution on the track.
Oh,
we got a wreck on the backstretch. Austin Williams is involved.
Woo! No! Austin Williams. Let's find you, buddy.
It's out of turn 2.
Austin Williams in the 42. Uh-oh. Yeah, low and slow Austin is, so...
Looks like he was all by himself.
That'd just be fresh tires.
Yeah, just lost it right out of 2.
That's going back to not letting your tires warm up and getting loose.
Yeah, tight entry right there. I mean, and honestly, that can happen without you not even thinking about it, because here you are, you just got done off of a long green flag run, right? So you're just like, now your muscle memory, and you're hitting your points, you're listening to your motor, and all of a sudden, what the heck? It just steps right out from you.
A little bit of complacency, not letting your car come back in, not letting your tires come back in, just a little bit of complacency.
I mean, absolutely. We've seen the exact same thing happening today on today's race. I mean, where we have we had the 18, of Bush. He got himself, into some trouble. A lot of people got themselves in some solo single car accident spins and whatnot due to the handling of those cars, of course, and the new nature of them. But it's the same dynamic.
It's back in to top off.
Yeah, they're about 6 laps short of making it to the end on fuel here, but if they got an extra set of tires, they might as well get some fuel, might as well get some tires. And if this does run green, all they have to do is just top off with a couple gallons to make it to the end.
Oh, I never did ask. How many set of tires we got in tonight's race?
3 sets of tires.
3 sets of tires. So
this would be their second set.
Yep, and it looks like some cars are getting tires.
Yeah, that would make sense. So that if it's a long green flag run, that's cool. If not, they'll sit out there on those tires and do it. But if anything happens, they do no fuel.
Bad Fast only took rights.
What's up?
I think Marley only took right side tires.
Yeah, his pit time was only 6.5 seconds. Everyone else is about 14 and 15.
Yep.
Smart, dude. If you think about it. I mean, that's because you had no tire wear. I mean, they're barely getting up to speed there.
Also, something else to look at.
And he just came out of track. He just came back out on track, He was the last one to fit.
Yeah, something else to look at. The 32 Tom Freitas, 22 Josh Beaver, they both stayed out there, so we'll see how that works out at the end. I know Tom was in about 13th place, so he's just looking for a little bit of track position. If he's only got about 10 laps on the tires, maybe that's something they can look at.
Yeah, that's very true. Very, very true. All right, so well, man, like I said, this throw again, just throw a little more of a wrench into the system here. When it comes to this
Marley's coming back down again.
Well, I mean, we're only, what, 6 laps outside of the fuel window, 5 laps outside of the fuel window.
He's going to top off.
I mean, he's going to top off. He'll probably do it. Lights are out on the pace car, so they're going to go green next time by. But, yeah, maybe this extra lap might play a factor later in the race, because it definitely did on Friday night.
Yeah, absolutely.
Looks like Ty Dahlman and Shane Abbey are also going to come in and top off just to get that one extra lap. We'll see what happens. We've got to keep an eye on them at the end of the race, especially if this runs green.
Yeah. Now, let's see what's going to happen here, though. I mean, but think about it. We have 5 cars out of tonight's race right now. At least, no, actually, we have 2 cars lapped down, so we only have 3 cars out of it completely. So, I mean, that's a lot of cars that you're going to have to be looking up at their bumpers. For you're losing track position. So that's another thing to keep in. You may be going for the fuel run, but hoping you're not that caution or involved in it either. So, I mean, that's granted this thing goes green. I guess for me, I'm always worried about keeping my car nice, clean, and safe. Tour de France seemed like they've been racing an exceptional race up there. That's where I want to be, honestly. I would want to be up there in that top 10. Those guys got a lot of patience, great car control. They're running their lines beautifully, giving each other space. A lot of respect being given up there in that top 10. So, I mean, I would shoot. Yeah. That's where I'd be at. Mm-hmm. That gives me
pushing it 3 wide already.
Here we go. Was I off there? I was. Oh, my bad, folks. On the right thing here.
I think 95 has the confidence to put it in there and make it stick.
Okay, back green again here. Sorry, I just get myself caught up.
95 is going to make some moves. He does not want to stay behind the old tires. He wants to get up to the front, get that clean air right away.
Yeah, which makes sense though. But 32 Tom, he's fighting it pretty decent on the bottom. 95 is going to look at that. He's going to get him lots of room, going high to the outside. Not a lot of that side draft going on. Not going to stall up the outside line, but Tom's going to lose a little bit of that grip, and of course launch and speed off. Man, look at that group behind him, though, in that 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, and 10th positions. Woo! Getting close. Alex Weaver, new leader in that 47. Getting that subway machine out, kind of doing a little Carl Edwards thing. I like it. 47 Alex, he's liking where his position's at as well, because now he's starting to gain a few more car lengths out there on that 95. 95 now coming himself into that second position. 18 of Travis Manning going to be right there on his bumper once again. See, this guys can run up and catch and track down the 47 Alex Weaver. Now, Alex is already proven to be fast. He's been up there toward the front the entirety of the time as we get a side-by-side battle for second.
So
18 on the bottom, 95 high on the outside, 32 Tom Freitas riding around with him right there in that 4th position. Hilton in that 54, all starting to catch up. This party getting bigger.
So something to pay attention to, if you ever want to stay out at California on 10-lap old tires, like I said, Tom is just outside the top 5 and 6. Josh Beaver, who also stayed out, he is all the way back to 14th place right now. So that did not work.
Yeah, dropping like a rock right there.
Yep.
And heavy traffic.
Tom's holding in there. But is Tom on all those tires though?
Yeah, Tom and
10-lap tires.
Yep, Tom and Josh are on the same tires, and Tom is holding on to 6. Josh is all the way back to 19th now. It's just Tom was able to hold on to the lead for a couple laps, and that made the big difference for him.
Well, that's also a product of maybe of who was saving more tires in that. So I mean, Tom may have been taking care of his tires a lot. Well, was obviously taking care of his tires a lot better than Josh Beaver was. Due to the fault that Josh's fault is on the elevator going straight to the basement, and Tom's still holding up there and holding on to the top 5th, top 6th position, still in contact with the leader. So good move for him in track position, as he's a little bit cleaner of air, not so much traffic he has to contest with. But the 47 now has himself a mirror full of the 18. He's got to contest with the 18. Travis Madden getting himself a fat run as they're coming out of 2. Down the back stretch and hauling the nail. Matthew Bell down drifting back to the 3rd position at 95, but still holding strong and in contact with the leaders. Spencer Hilton in that 54. He's now right there in this leader train right now, going up in that 4th position. Blake Mosey's in the 58. Just outside and stiffing their draft as he's trying to catch up. But he's under some heat and some aggression from the 123 of Brandon Brashear. 32 of Thomas Frieda still holding tough though in that 6th, 7th position. Now the leader's starting to line her up pretty good, and not going to see a lot of advancement thus far. I'm pretty sure they're going to ride it out just for a little bit. Looks like the entire field's starting to line up a little bit more higher to the outside, separating a little bit in, of course, in the center and into 3 and 4, 1 and 2. But they're more or less everyone's giving room, letting this thing pace down. As we're looking at lap 53, just as I say that.
Looks like Josh Beaver and Austin Williams are involved in an accident, it looks like, on the backstretch.
Ain't green.
But we stayed green.
All right, off the track, and we're good. So, looks like the quarter panel did succumb to his tire wear and spun off track, and they were able to at least save it.
Looks like
we're still green.
2242 made contact coming out of turn 2. 22 took a hard shot to the inside wall, but since they went to the inside of the track, we stay green.
Yeah, and we see Josh on the bottom end. Okay, so right now we have some business picking up right now, folks. So we got a good pack right here. We're looking at the, again, mid-pack, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th. These guys are all starting. We've got a great battle between the 39 and the 56. 39 of David Holstema, and the 56 of Tyler Ott. Tyler Ott trying to maneuver himself down on the bottom right here, holding strong, but not being able to get that run off that he needs to do against the 39. 39 of Dave, he's out there with the 28, got him some good help, but looks like slide up in front of the, hold on to it. These guys are dicing it up right now. This is all for 10th, 11th, and through like 15th and 16th, folks. You think they're going for the lead, but man, whatever, man. Put on the shit, put on the race, and back here. We'll step back a little bit, see what's up. Side-by-side action once again. Looks like the 48 of Andrew Schroeder. Oh, he's in the Jets machine. All right, that's right. I like Andrew. Andrew's badass. So Andrew, that Jets fan, he's a solid Jets fan. He's stoked about it. He's proud all kinds. So he's going to be rocking and rolling afterburner status right now as he's catching up to this little tornado. 56 sliding up front of 39, finally clears him, but at that same time, we bring all kinds of heat to this group. 34 now with his fat brown on the bottom, coming across that finish line. Going into 1 and 2 track race. 34 on the bottom, 56 on the outside. Oh, and all kinds of companies surrounded by them right now. We're gonna anything can happen, folks. We just hope they don't drop the pan, because if this grenade goes off, it's gonna wipe out a bunch of drivers. 56 still high to the outside, 39 now 28, getting himself a run with the 39. 39's pushing up against that wall. 28's looking a little bit lower as these guys are negotiating high and low, mid-track. They're looking for some kind of clean air. This is a lot of air moving in there. Dirty air. It's dirty right here is what it is. So these cars are dancing and moving all over. They can't get these things set the way they want them to. A great racing back here in the pack, though. I tell you what.
Side by side for the lead.
Oh, bouncing back up to the lead. Oh, one second.
Matthew Bell and that Dr. Pepper machine trying to make it work on the inside.
Woo! You know what happened right here, right? You know what happened? They're like, hey, wait a minute. The cameras went back there, dude, because we're bored up here. So let's go ahead and let's throttle it up and give them a show. And we done. with the 18 on the high on the outside, 95 now drag raced in competitions here for the lead against that 47. They're both chomping at the bit. They're going to split this dude here in a minute. And that's going to be really disconcerting when you go from first to fourth and you just blink like, Harry, what just happened? You know, I mean, you know, so, hey, this is a battle right here, and these guys want to be in control of the race lead. They're showing their speed and their agility thus far, and I mean, all these cars are matched. Very good when it comes to their driver talent.
And he's getting some huge runs.
Massive run right here. Oh, uninstall that. So annoying. There we go. Okay, line back up with the 95 and 18. Things are kind of simmering down a little bit. Looks like everyone just got up to him, got to run. But I think here comes that surge of energy one more time down the backstretch. 95, 18 now. These guys have been working together thus far. So I can't foresee them, you know, not working together to get around with creating one solid run around the 47. All right, cross our finish line.
Go.
All right, so business is picking up here, folks. Again, 5 laps left remaining in tonight's race. It's go time. 95, 18, they're right there. They're coming up. 95 is pushing good. They need to get the control of this thing. They need to have that blocking abilities. And so right now, the 47 is holding the cards, man. They all got the good tires. They're all fine. But what he's looking for right now, he wants control. He wants to be able to lock that line. He wants to throw that wake turbulence in their face. That way, it disrupts their cars, slows down that 95, gets those 18 to battle, which they're doing right now. But now they're starting to utilize each other. With the 54 of Spencer Hilton, he's right there with them. If they're generating enough speed together, I don't know if Alex is going to be able to finish them all off. Right now, Alex is starting to pull a few more gaps. 95, 18, lining up one more time. Here we go, down the backstretch. We do got 5th, 6th, and 7th right there, but I think they're still a little too far off from this race pace for the race lead right now for them to be in contention to take this thing home with that checkered flag.
We're coming to 23 to go, and, you know, if I was the 47, you know, it's, they're coming into pit. Yep, 95 and 18 are coming in, grabbing their last sets of tires and fuel top.
They're probably taking this last. They're probably taking that last green flag run and just cutting in half, assuming we're not going to get a caution.
It makes sense.
Yep.
Man, I can't. This thing just tagging out here. Like I said, wait, fans, up, you can hear me and whatnot. But yeah, my system's kind of stalling out just a little bit right now. You know, waiting on some components that we need for our connection. So our backup connection is not worth a darn. And it's just really hard to maintain my visual here on today's race. But we're back again. All right, good.
Looks like Spencer Hitton and Jason Miz coming in. They're going to make their pit stops right now, responding to what they just saw in front of them.
Well, man, that's exactly what happens here, guys. Is again, once they come down to pit, they know they're going to be losing tremendous time on track. So again, that creates that urgency. We got to go. I mean, how many laps we got left in tonight's race?
22.
Where we at?
2 to go.
22 laps.
You know, Weaver knows he has to come in and top off, so.
There it is. All right.
Mosley, Randy Brashears make their pit stops.
I mean, so this is just grab enough fuel. You know, you're gonna need your 4 freshens. There's no reason for you to go out there 2 tires with 20 laps left. So I mean, because you're gonna lose that time you're gonna gain on pit road in a matter of laps. So your 4 fresh fuel goods. You know, the only way you're gonna save it, yes, of course, is having a little less time with that fuel. But where are we looking at in some of those fuel driver runs here on who was doing what? Said that the 2 of Bad Fast Marley find him down in the 14th, 15th position at the moment.
He's actually up to 7th on the track right now, and
okay, 7th cycling through.
Yeah, so it'll cycle through. He'll actually cycle to 5th at the end of this lap, 4th actually. So I've been watching his lap times. He's been running about a half a second to a second a lap slower than the cars in front of him. But what I've noticed is that as the tires start to wear off, his lap times are starting to equalize with them. So either his lap times are pretty good saving fuel, or he's saved enough that he can make it to the end. Now, I don't know if he saved 5 laps. But I mean, I didn't think he would do it last Friday night, and that's how he beat us all.
Dude, don't be surprised if the number 2 stays out and makes a run to the finish without any fresh tires or a full tank of gas. He's going to stretch it out as far as he can.
Okay. All right, nice. That's a like this.
Number 47, Alex Weaver makes his pit stop.
And again, this is exactly what those crazy, weird timing of cautions, brings things into play right there. We had, right after they came out of their green flag stops, we have a caution. Now we had some time for these guys to pack that thing full of fuel, do some quick numbers hopefully in their head, and hope for the best. If it goes green, if it does go green, you don't pit, you stay out. And that's exactly what he did on Sunday. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, 100%.
So the only drivers that have not pit yet, number 88 Tyler Ferguson, number 48 Anders Schroeder, and number 2 Bad Fast Marley. Everybody else has made their pit stop. They're good to the end.
Let's back up on the 88 of Tyler Ferguson. Let's look at his car and see where he is ready to that matter. Is he? You think he's on a fuel save as well, or is he just kind of hoping for a caution?
Well, his lap time is he's running 43-second lap times, and the rest of the field's running 41.5s to 42s. So he's about a second off the pace, but he's got to save another lap. Oh, where'd he go? He's playing peekaboo with us. So he's got to save just a little bit more than everyone else. 48's going to go ahead and make his pit stop.
Okay, now what about the? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I was just going to ask about the jet machine. Is he running out of fuel? I know them cars, man. They don't, they get nothing for fuel economy.
Yeah, I know, right? 48 Andrew Shorter, he's making his pit stop right now. That leaves, as far as the fuel strategy goes, Tyler Ferguson and Bad Fast Marley are the only 2 drivers that have not stopped yet.
Sure.
And just to give you a perspective right now, Bad Fast Marley, he is 16 seconds ahead of Matthew Bell. So he could theoretically give up just about a second a lap here and still hold on to the lead.
Now what about Fergie? What about the 88?
So right now, Tyler Ferguson's got a 12-second lead over Marley. So he could give up even more. I mean, because if Marley can give up a second a lap to Matthew Bell, Fergie can give up a second and a half a lap and still make it to the end. So, while it seems a little bit outside the window to make it 5 or 6 laps extra, I wouldn't put it past him to be able to make it. It could happen right now. If Tyler Ferguson last lap was a 43.06, Bad Fast Marley was a 43.29, and then the leaders that we saw before 41.5s. So they're like I said, they're pretty much doing it. They're second to a second and a half a lap slower right now, but they're trying to stretch that fuel.
Okay, so definitely we seeing the 88 and the 2 on some fuel runs right now. Are they going to be able to maintain a sustainable pace to make it to the end, and will the laps count down in their favor? But we do have the 95 Matthew Bell and Travis Manning in the 18, the 47 Alex Weaver. Those guys have been the hot rods of tonight, and they are they're on their charge back up front, hopefully, to get up there and catch these dudes. And they got themselves one heck of a distance to cover when it comes down to that.
Well, Tyler Ferguson is going to go ahead and pull it over and make his pit stop now. So he is now out of the picture.
Okay, so now that's going to leave. What the Jesus? If he does it again, okay? All right, we're definitely ripping apart his car, dude. All right, because he got to have some fuel line hidden or something.
Well, as of right now, the numbers aren't going to work. He's giving up just under 2 seconds a lap. Right now, Matthew Bell's just about 10 seconds back, so it's...
These are the fresh tires that are coming back to, back to what we were saying earlier. 10 lap tires, there was that much drop off, and I think Marley's going to see that firsthand, that fresh tires do prevail.
Well, at the same time, Dom was able to keep in pace with those guys up in the top 10 right there.
Briefly.
As opposed to, so again, I think it has to do a lot with how you're babying your tires, and saving those things, man. Care about your car, care about them tires,
Marley's picking up the pace a little bit. 43.3s to Matthew Bell's 41.6 on the last lap.
Yeah,
and Marley's probably seeing the same thing. He's seeing Bell and Manning quickly approaching. The pressure is building. He's looking at their lap times and also the lap ticking down. The lap numbers ticking down. So he's trying to figure out how far he can push it.
Yeah, which again,
I see the 95 and 18 being on Marley very quickly.
So we got Marley crossing the line now.
Marley's crossing the line now. Matthew Bell's coming out of 4 with Travis Manning in tow.
Mm-hmm.
And just for a couple lap time comparisons, you can actually see it now on your screen from 69 to 72, averaging 1.8 to 1.4 seconds of a lap distance. But you can see over the past 5 laps, Marley's picking up the pace a little bit because he knows he's got to go, but he's got to find a way to stretch that fuel at the same time. It's a little difficult with 12 laps to go.
He's walking a thin line.
Oh, he's over the line right now.
Well, let's go with this. So what happens if he actually saved enough fuel and then now he's good to go to drop the hammer?
He's going to have to pick up the pace really quickly because right now Matt Bell's 6.5 seconds back. He doesn't have the ability to give up too much more. He can only give up about half a second of lap time right now, and right now he's still, a second and a half. Yeah, he's given up a second and a half on lap 74. He's going to have to pick up the pace significantly just to hold him off, but I don't know if he could do it on fuel. He's at this point.
Right.
At this point, he's probably just hoping for a caution.
Right, he's running around that time. We see them coming out in 2 right there. They're sneaking. I love it. Hey, sometimes the sneak attack will come back and bite you. But we'll see. We'll see how this one plays out. Right now, it's looking pretty good in the favor of the 95 and the 18 as they track down Mr. Bad Fast Marley K, Steve Yavorsky in that 2 machine as our race leader.
Oh, if there is a last-minute caution, do you see the leaders coming in and getting that final set?
Well, here's the problem with that is that you have the top 20 on the lead lap. I think most of the field's already used all their tires. They had the first caution and then they had the green flag pit stops. Wait, didn't they have a third pit stop somewhere?
Yes.
Looks like
yeah.
They
had that last caution right after green flag pit stops.
Well, I don't think anybody
spinning?
used tires on that.
I think Marley's got a set of tires. I'm not sure about the rest of the field, but if the caution comes out, Marley's going to have to at this point because he's on old tires anyways. The question is how far in the back will he be on the restart?
And he only he only got rights.
True.
He only got rights on the last pit stop, so his lefts are probably original tires.
Wow.
Well,
that's your money's worth.
He's starting to pick up the pace a little bit. He was actually the last 2 laps only let Matthew Bell close in by about a second. Matt Bell is about 3.5 seconds back now with 9 laps to go. So if he gives up maybe 3 or 4 tenths of a second a lap, he could do it. But the question is, can he do that on fuel?
I don't know, dude, but it's getting close right now.
I think even if he had a full tank and fuel wasn't a factor, I think his tires at the end of the day are gonna seal the deal.
Oh well, once they get to him,
I think Marley was hoping for a late caution. Maybe around 25 to go. He would come in and get fresh tires and still be up there at the front of the pack. So that's probably what he was banking on. But the race played out differently, and hopefully he can pull it out. I'd love to see him pull a back-to-back victory, but
right. Now per se that it doesn't work. What's the minimum he falls, right? I mean, due to the fact that the field is pretty spread out.
Well, you've got Bell and Manning grouped together. I mean, they're drafting off of each other in the straight stretches, so they're obviously got the momentum. But you also have Weaver back there in 47. About a second behind that group. So
Here they come. Here they come. They're coming quick. Here comes. We got 6 laps. Coming up 6 laps left remaining in tonight's race.
Yeah, gap now closed in under 2 seconds between the top 3. So they're coming to 6 laps to go.
They're hunting. They're not running. Dude. Run back fast. Oh, man. But I don't know, man. I think he's fighting himself a losing battle. These guys are coming. They're coming hungry.
Well, and probably the 95 Matthew Bell, number 18 Travis Manning, they probably understood where they were on the track, and they probably just said, let's get in line, let's catch up to him, and then let's sort it out amongst ourselves. They knew that if they got too wide and started battling each other, they were going to let him get away with this. But with them closing in as fast as they are, they're not, Marley can't save any fuel anymore. He's got to just go as hard as he can, especially on 15-lap older tires.
84 is a lap car, so he's a non-factor, but he might play a factor in open push. I mean, I know he doesn't have a front clip on his car, but still another car out there that can help push him.
Yeah, I mean, but the other thing is too. Here's the thing: is okay if he's running like extremely short on fuel. What do you want to do? Do you want to give up the lead and then go back into so you can make it to the end of the race? Do you get yourself a top 5? But he's not running for points. So what does it matter to him, right?
He's just going to take his chance to see what happens, but the leaders, top 3 is all in the same picture now.
Uh-oh. Here they come! Da-da, da-da. We're in California. Da-da, da-da. Yeah, they're hunting. Here comes the great whites, buddy.
It'd be interesting with that lap car there.
Right there.
New leader.
New leader. 18 is going to go right around him as well. 47 is going to follow in suit. Dropping that 2 car probably back to that 4th position. He might level out in 5th position by the time all this is done.
Whoa.
Woo!
That was a moment right there.
Yeah, I think so.
Bit.
47 got to run into the corner, and I think they were fighting for the same line there. 47 came in with more momentum.
2 drivers went to the same spot right there, but as we come to 3 laps to go, Matt Bell, Travis Manning, looks like it's their show to figure out. If they mess up, Alex Weaver's right there to capitalize.
He's already there. Look at this. The 47 now battling underneath the 18 for that P2, but is it too soon? Too soon to battle. You want to get up there, you're trying to get that win, or you're trying to get one more position. So you want to utilize that 18 to Travis Manning, work with him, get him up there to that 18. That way you can do a little Frogger action, a little hopscotch motion, get right past that 95, get yourself a P1.
Looks like Alex is in a position to be waiting right now. He's got to go.
Oh, yeah, I'll get you, but I mean, oh man, 2 laps left to go. Here we go. Winding down, and we got a lap car right in front of him that can stall up the leader just a little bit to really make things interesting. 47 clears the 18, but is a little too late. 47 now in the backstretch. On the nail. Trying to reel in the 95.
Big push by Travis Manning. They're going to get there.
They might get there. Coming in to final lap of tonight's race. This is Front Row ESports Busch Series, a.k.a. Xfinity. These guys are putting on one heck of a show tonight. Cross the line, and here we go. '95 still pulls it coming out of 2.
Whoa!
Oh,
55 in the wall.
Whoa! Oh, 47 going around him! So is 18. 18 might get him. The 47 definitely got him.
Weaver takes the lead.
No way! 95! Man, chokes coming out of 2. Gets a hold of the wall. Mays loose.
He's got it.
Second position. 47 right there to capitalize.
Wow.
Woo! 47. Congratulations,
Wow.
Matthew Bell, or Alex Weaver, taking it from Matthew Bell.
Bad Fast Marley saves enough fuel to bring home in 5th place. Wow.
All right. Great runs, awesome strategies, and that's what we're looking for in these races right here, folks. last second drama, not last minute, last second
I
drama.
think we all
Right
can attest to you're not out of the race until the checker flag flies.
That's it.
That's
Wow.
That was a crazy chain of events there.
Yeah, there to capitalize, and he had himself a run. He may have went side by side action coming into 3 and 4 for that drag race cross line. We won't know because that 95 stuffed it up into that wall coming out of 2 on the final lap. Oh, just a heartbreaker, but at least he does bring it home with P2 out of it and not say anything worse. So, but man, just to lose that victory, let it slip out of your fingers. He's gonna sleep. He got nightmares for a long minute about that one.
And I just realized Alex Weaver and Matthew Bell are racing on the same team. So I can only imagine how their Discord channels what they're saying right now. I mean, we're gonna pull them in for an interview, but
we got the 47 just burning it tough right now. That's congrats to all those guys right there, man. That's some good stuff.
Burning it down.
We ain't gonna need it later. Don't worry about it. Yeah! Woo! Get some 47! Alex Weaver, your race winner. Last moment win. Ooh! Burns it down the front shoulder. The triangle action right there. Yeah. No, he doesn't do a good burnout, don't he? Get in that donut, dude. Come on. Turn that sign up. And Alex Weaver, your race winner, that number 47. Last minute. Second to last turn, but they're coming out of 2. And man. The 95, Matthew Bell stuffs it into the wall coming out of 2, and the 47 was already had himself a run coming.
Hey, somebody tell Alex Weaver there is a victory lane on the inside of the just outside of pit wall entrance. He's got to go park it there.
Yeah, Rogers, we got to get the photo now, folks. You know, it's a Kodak moment. We're gonna radio over to the driver, see if he can, turn on his GPS real quick, see if we can got him over to that victory lane.
I think they've already left the session, but do you want to go ahead and pull them over for a post-race interview, Chris?
I don't really have that kind of control, bud.
I can pull them up.
Oh, yeah. Pull them over. Heck yeah. Go to our winner. Let me know when you got to Alex in. All right, hold on, folks. So we're just waiting for our drivers to get on into this thing so we give them a holler. Let me give you guys a quick shout out to fans out there. Hey, fellow drivers, appreciate everybody tuning in tonight, sticking with us strong as we're still building up our broadcast stream. We're getting everything back up and glorious again. But we do appreciate everyone's patience. And, of course, hope you guys really enjoyed tonight's show and this race that went along. These boys put on one heck of a battle out there, and stoked for every one of the drivers. As we see, so many drivers finishing tonight's race. I mean, we only had, let's look at our running order. Let me double check here. We have that up. Do we have our finishing order up?
Yes, it is.
All right, fantastic. So you can see, let's go ahead and name up our drivers while we're waiting for everybody to get in. I'll take the top 10. We got Alex Weaver in the 47, of course, our race winner. Matthew Bell in the 95 coming in that P2. P3 going to be the 18 of Travis Manning. The fourth position is going to be that 54 of Spencer Hilton, getting himself a good fast run. In that fifth position, bad pass, Marley K. Stevie Vorsky in that number 2 machine. In that sixth place is Randy Brochures in that 123 car. Seventh position is going to be that Blake Mosley in the 58. Eighth position is Jason Miltz in the 024. Ninth position is the 66 of Brent Allen. Round out our top 10 is the 32 Thomas Friedrich, a.k.a. Gunny Sarge in Charge. All right, you got our 11th thumb down there, Steve.
Yeah, it should be up on the screen.
Oh, okay. Well, I was gonna push it off to you there, bud.
Oh, my
Okay.
bad. Number 11 goes home to Ty Dallman. I'm sorry, I was deleting some spam on the YouTube comment section. Number 12 goes to Dave Hoitzma. 13th, Jared Nash. 14th goes to Tyler Ferguson. 15th goes to Michael Adams. 16th to Kel Butler. 17th to Kenny Sunderland. 18th to Garrett Wiles. 19th to Tyler Clemens. 20th place comes home to Andrew Schroeder.
Right,
first goes to Garrett Alston in the 35. 22nd goes to Tyler Ott in the 56. 23rd goes to Shane Abbey in the 84. 24 goes to J.R. Schromer in the 96. The 25, P25, Austin Williams in the 42. 26 is Josh Beavers in the 22. 27, Nicholas Lamb in the 19.
And Chris, you've got your winner, Alex Weaver, here in the broadcast booth.
All right, Alex Weaver, number 47, tonight's race winner. Welcome on in next gen broadcasting booth. Alex, you got a copy?
I sure do. How's it going, Chris?
Man, about well, not nearly as good as your run tonight, there, bud. What an impressive run for all of you guys tonight. We had a lot of action out there. You guys had, enough time throughout the race to have a little bit of drama with a lot of strategy. I mean, and man, at the end, congratulations once again on your run, and give us your race, bud. How'd it go?
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. Actually, kind of crazy. I was pretty furious on that last run there. Kind of messed up on the stop. I took 2 instead of 4. So I was driving about as hard as I can just because I was pissed at the mistake. And found some speed down there. I was able to run it in there pretty hard down in 1 and 2 and make up a lot of ground. And, unfortunately, the mistake by the 95 really opened the door on that final lap. So, yeah, got it done.
And got it done you did, though. You got that thing up in the top 5, top 3, more or less throughout the entire evening. So you had a good program, good set there. Yeah, it looked good when it comes to bringing your car into the pit stops. And your pit strategies seem to be on point. So, man, when it comes to the car in general, how'd it feel? How'd it feel out there?
Honestly, felt really good. It was pretty neutral throughout the majority of the run. I really say that 2-tire stop actually loosened it up a whole lot. And once I found that line that I was able to run, that looseness really, really helped me there towards the end, the closing laps. But yeah, pretty neutral throughout the whole run. I was really able to run it pretty hard, but I think my strong suit is in the whole tire saving mode. So I kind of sit back pretty far during that first half of that run, and then towards the end I kind of get going. But yeah, all in all, it was really good.
And well, you made it look easy out there, buddy. So. Man, congratulations to you one more time, and man, good win at the end. Exciting race. Congratulations to you, buddy.
I appreciate it, Chris.
Anybody want to give a shout out to real quick before we get you out of here?
Oh yeah, shout out to Matt Bell. He finished P2 tonight. Spencer Hinton and also Shane Abbey, my teammates.
Roger that, and the team, please, bud. Alex, you got a copy?
What team do you run for, Alex?
Oh, IRACING Motorsports.
Thank you, bud. Thank you, bud. Appreciate that one, man. All right, so Alex Weaver, tonight's race winner, and that number 47, getting her done. Dude, congratulations, Alex. All right, let's bring in the 95 of Matthew Bell. Bringing it in there. Matthew, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
Matthew, dude, you had yourself one strong hot rod all through tonight, man. Give us a rundown of your race. How you were able to keep your consistency, and what was it like up there toward the front?
I mean, it wasn't really a bad race besides the last lap, I guess, but it was tight for me, so I'd rather it be loose, so it was a struggle to keep up with Alex on the long run. But other than that, I think I got most laps led and the pole point, so I think I got a good amount of points for that. But yeah, it was all right until the last lap, and I kind of blew it.
No, I don't mean to rub salt in the wound, but you want to walk us through that last lap and that turn 2 exit?
I mean, I underdrove it even just from like the lap previous because I had a bit of a gap, and then I think it was Shane was in front of me, and the air just plowed right after it. So I lifted and still plowed a wall, but I think everyone behind me plowed the wall as well, so I still got second out of it.
Yeah, it was such a heart wrenching moment right there. But for you to maintain and recover and bring it home, P2 still in podium, can't go wrong. Yes, I know that W slipped through them fingers, but you know you have the speed, you know you have the hot rod, and you can bring it back next week over at Vegas and challenge your hand at the craps there on that one.
Yeah, it should. From what I've run, it should be looser than what it was tonight at Vegas. So hopefully it plays into what I can drive, but we'll see.
All right, man. Well, anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, all my teammates. I think we got 1, 2, 4, and then Shane got wrecked on the first lap, but he'll bounce back at Vegas. And then you guys broadcasting and all the admins was a pretty good race besides my mistake, but I guess we'll get him at Vegas.
Man, don't worry about it, dude. Don't worry about it. Because, like I said, you put on one heck of a show out there. You brought on some amazing points. And, I'm pretty sure the fans are going to be stoked. So, great job saving it at the end, of course, and bringing her home, all in one piece, of course. But, you did great. You did great out there. You put on one heck of a show out there, showing your true speed and agility. So, great job, man, on tonight's run.
Thank you.
All right, folks. That's Matthew Bell in the 95 in that number 2 machine. We got Travis Manning in the 18 in that P3. Travis, you got a copy.
Travis, you there? Travis might be having some difficulties here.
Okay, roger that. Travis Manning in the 18 fought himself a good battle throughout tonight's race. What do you think about him there, Buster? The 18, Travis Manning.
I picked him out at the very beginning. He qualified up the top, and I knew he was going to stay there. So good, strong race from him. I knew he was going to pull it out. So great race from everybody tonight. It was interesting seeing all the lines that were run and how it developed and how it played out. Interesting fuel strategy. I don't know if
I'm here, guys. Sorry about that.
Hey, Travis.
Yeah. Go ahead there, Buster.
That was quite a race. Racing. I was pretty much bridesmaid all night up there until the end. The car was good. Set up kind of how Matt said, it was a little tight for my liking. So just trying to make the best of it, not burn the right front off. It's so hard in the dirty air, but all in all, it was a lot of fun. I mean, that was some of the best racing I've had on iRacing in quite some time. So it was definitely enjoyable. I was hoping it was a little higher than a third, but all in all, it was definitely a good run.
Dude, and honestly, hey, Travis, when it come down to it, man, you put on yourself one heck of a show out there as well. You were negotiating your line and your run really, really well out there with those leaders. It seems like you were just pacing yourself, waiting for that optimal time to strike. But there was a lot of that dirty air out there. It was stopping a lot of those runs. Can you give us a feel from your seat on what that draft was or wasn't like, and what was that dirty air doing to the car as you were in that traffic, but in that forward traffic, you weren't really jumbled up back there in that tornado.
Yeah, it's hard because the idea is, you want to run as low as you can here, but when you get tucked up behind somebody like that, the front tires just don't have any grip. There's no downforce on the nose of the car, so I'm having to find myself backing the turn up, where I'm backing off a car or two sooner than whoever's in front of me, and by the time I want to pick the throttle up, they're already going. So it's then I have to rely on the draft to get me back, and by the time this is all said and done, I've done a ton of damage to my tires. So just trying to manage that. I was trying to fight for the lead there early, and it seemed like once I got there, it was hard to get my clean air line intact, and Matt made me pay for it pretty quick. So dirty air is definitely a huge issue here. Not an issue, but just a factor that I just didn't seem to be able to overcome.
And well, I mean, when it comes to your hot rod out there, though, you seemed like you had a lot of speed off, coming out. Maybe you had to do a lot too of that, trying to pack up that turn coming in and negotiating that center. But I mean, it seemed like you had yourself a really good line, either whether it was the top or the bottom. You seemed like you were managing it. Like you obviously you've been practicing both, but you're managing them both well. So again, congratulations to you on bringing it home podium. P3, getting her done, buddy. So, and you put on one heck of a show. I can't wait for you guys to go back and watch that one. Because it was very exciting. You guys had a little bit of everything in there tonight. So, congratulations to you once again. And quick shout out to your any sponsor, anybody want to give a holler out to?
Yeah, appreciate it. I had Racer on the card tonight, Racer Apparel. And shout out to my team, Frontline Esports. We're an open setup group. Obviously, it's a fixed race, but if it was open setup, they would have been rallied up right behind me, giving me a piece to run this race. So big shout out to them and everyone that makes it possible, you guys and league and everybody. It was a lot of fun.
Oh, 100%, man. I appreciate you out there running and doing everything. Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely glad to hear you had fun.
Yeah, there he is. Got his stars right there. Tom Friedrich right there coming on in. But thanks again, though. We got Travis Manning in that 18 bringing it home P3. Good job there, buddy. Heck of a good run.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
You got it. All right, we got Tom. Tom, you up in here, right?
I got you.
Woo! All right, that was exciting. A lot of fun. Heck of a run by everybody. Some strategies at the end, but let's keep this ball rolling. We're at Vegas next week, right? Give us your thoughts there, bud.
So Vegas next week for all 3 series. Really excited for it. I think it's going to be another really good show. For all 3 series, look for same kind of action we saw tonight. A lot of different lines to choose. Again, we got draft's going to be a factor. A lot of side by side. It should be a lot of good racing.
Oh, absolutely. Especially with the talent level that we're finding over here at Front Row Esports, man. You guys are doing a phenomenal job, in the beginning of this season. And let's all be honest out there when it comes to the start of any season for anybody who's versed in these league races. And if you're not, we'll get you up to speed. But it's hard to get everybody on the same page, get them used to driving with each other, learn who's who and what's what. And for Front Row Esports, you guys are doing a fantastic job putting on a great show for the fans out there from the drop of the green flag, at Daytona. So I'm stoked, proud of everybody, thus far, and I think we're going to have ourselves one amazing season that our sponsors are going to be super proud of.
I agree.
And our fans are stoked with.
100%. And the big thing we always stress to the driver, especially in practice, run impacts, learn how drivers run, learn who's aggressive, who's not aggressive, and I think it's showing. Everybody's being patient out there, and hopefully tomorrow night for our truck race, the same thing. We see some patience and a lot of good racing.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I'll be tuning that one from afar because they'll have me stuck at work. But we'll have the country crew here, and we're talking the all over the country crew coming in and getting us the action for tomorrow night. So I'll be following along, but I'll be following along from the work on that one. But man, I'd like to thank everybody again one more time for stopping in for tonight's race and checking it all out. Again, we'll have so much more coming at you. Appreciate everyone's patience when it comes to our broadcasting and getting all of our systems back up and running. But would like to give an awesome, special thanks to my man Steve Johnson here, Big Johnson, saving the day and doing himself a little East Coast broadcasting for us, going through his systems, running cameras tonight. Thank you, Big Johnson. Really appreciate you, buddy, stepping in there and getting it done.
Appreciate the shout out. Glad to be here.
Oh, absolutely, and you're doing great. Larry Mack, man, is you're going to go and take over his job. I hope he's worried because, man, great job, keeping us up on par when it comes to that fuel and laps and everything, man. I'm sure that's really helpful for all of our viewers out there as well.
Hey, interesting fun fact. Remember we told you about Marley in the 2 car?
Yeah.
He only missed the win by 3.3 seconds. That's how close he was to making it happen.
Missed the win by 3.3 seconds?
Yeah, he brought it home in 5th place, but he was only 3 seconds behind the leader. That's how close he was to making that fuel run work.
So close.
Wow. Wow, so close, dude. That's what it is, though. So maybe I wonder how much fuel he had there at the end. If he should have pushed it a little bit quicker.
I literally.
Think of the devil.
I ran out like maybe 100 feet before the line. I had to shake the car back and forth. I almost had 4.
All right, so that answers the question right there. It was a no-go situation for that 2 car. Stevie Worski, aka Bad Fast Marley. Wow. But valiant effort, though, buddy. Valiant effort for that 2 car. What a great run. Thought you were going to try to repeat it again, didn't you?
I try to go back to back. It's harder to save the fuel in these things. And it was a few more laps. I think last night, Friday night, I only had to save, I believe it was 3 laps over, I don't know, maybe 40-some laps that we ran. This tonight, I believe it was 6 or 7 laps over 40 laps-ish. So it was a lot. I ran out of my I was joking with Tom, telling him that I was trying to save a little more for the burnout, and I ended up letting them catch me. So then I had to step on it, and I ran out before the line.
Bad fast. Not only did you save fuel, but did you opt to only take right side tires that second to last pit stop?
So what I did is I took gas, and only because I had just pit before that caution came out, and I was running like up in the top 5.
Right,
so,
you only had 10 lap, old tires.
Right, they weren't even that. I think I had maybe 3 laps on my tires, and the caution came out. And
so just fuel.
So I took just fuel. When I came out around, I seen there was like 5 cars that stayed out, and I was like, all right, this only works if I have the clean air. So I decided then, I was like, all right, it's going to be 38 or 39 laps to go at the green, and I get 34 laps in my tank. So right before I, went down pit road a second time, changed all 4 tires, and took the gas. And
were you hoping for a caution, or
I was just full fuel strategy. I knew I'd keep right with the field, but I could clutch it and try to save as much as I could. And I didn't realize how much I saved, but I was getting too greedy. And then when I got back on it and tried to keep the distance, I used it back up, so I had to go into conservation at the end again, and
got it.
It just didn't work out, but almost 3 seconds, right?
Right.
How were your tires feeling towards the end of that run when they were bouncing on you?
Okay, so when you're trying to clutch it and roll into the turn on fresh tires, it's fine. On old tires, it just wants to push right up the track.
Yeah.
So, once I went back into regular gear and drove it out to the end, it drove fine. It felt like I had fresh tires almost. The car hooked right around the bottom, but I had nothing for them guys, and I couldn't really push it as hard.
We were noticing that in the longer runs, it was more like using the throttle to turn the car than the wheels. So that makes sense. So, well, great race, Steve. You almost pulled it out again.
Nice job, Bad Fast. Almost.
Thanks, I appreciate it. I thought it was funny. I showed up in a car that said just send it, and then I did fuel strategy.
Actually, taking a look at his onboard. Come take a look at the stream here. Watch what he's doing on the straightaway.
Yeah.
Don't show him what I do.
RPMs.
Look at that. He had the engine off for almost 8 to 10 seconds.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
My intervals are pretty good.
But anyway, well, let's let our fans get out of here. But man, I hope everybody enjoyed the show tonight. I'd like to give a shout out one more time to our sponsors, Blaze Pizza, Indianapolis. Blaze Pizza with Greg McClendon, awesome sponsor, proud sponsor of Front Row Esports and Next Gen Broadcasting. Also, we have Marriott Hotel and Resorts International, and of course Pismo Beach. But also sponsor for the 2022 season as well for Front Row Esports and Next Gen Broadcasting. So everybody, thank you again for tuning in, and we hope to see you guys again soon. Let's get it big. Let's get it done for Vegas, because we're about to throw the hammer down one more time at another fast mile and a half of track. So, but until next time, folks, keep her tuned in, and we'll see you soon. Take care.